was produced or sponsored by a community member. The content, views, and opinions expressed are the sole responsibility of the producer and do not reflect those of Malden Access Television, the City of Malden, or Comcast. MATV welcomes your comments. Call us at 781-321-6400 or email us at access@matv.org.
From the high-tech studios of Malden Access Television, located in the heart of downtown Malden, it's time for Live on Tape, the television show. On tonight's program, whether we're ready or not, our guests will include Ose Schwab from the gallery at 480 Main Street, local author Frank Russell, and the band The Cast Irons, as well as other surprises. And now, please welcome MATV's very own turkey, our host, Ron Cox.
Good, how are ya? Hey, we got a show. I like it. Fantastic. We get a little tighter on that. They come in a little bit tighter. That's good. That'd be nice. Listen, thank you for coming tonight. Good evening and welcome to the show. I'm Ron Cox, your host. And you know what? I can't believe it. The holiday season is just around the corner. And I still haven't finished shopping for last Christmas. Thank you very much. Thank you. And speaking of shopping, you know, I just realized that the Black Friday shoppers and turkeys have something in common. They do. You know, they both know what it's like to be jammed in a small space and stuffed. Thank you very much. And it looks like the election 2018 is finally over. The counting has stopped. And of course, it's never really over until Florida counts, because they vote twice. Anyway, and what a week was for the Democrats. It looks like a blue wave hit the House of Representatives, and Paul Ryan was knocked out to sea. Yes, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. However, the Senate side, it wasn't quite like the same. It was more like a blue drip. The Republicans picked up 4 seats. Now that Florida has finally finished counting. You know, you think since the year 2000, when Al Gore lost to George Bush, they would have changed the voting system. But I guess that wasn't about to happen. They just love counting votes. Something about those hanging chads. I guess, I don't know. Thank you very much. Well, the Burrs are finally here. Yep. We just left October. We're now in November. And soon it's going to be December. Where the hell did fall go? Thank you very much. Yes, thank you very much. You know, I tell you, we're very lucky to be living in New England. We've got great sports teams. If one team sucks, there's another one to take its place. You know, and thanks to the Red Sox for winning the World Series, huh? Yes, let's hear from them. Unbelievable. Because now with Brady getting old, yeah, he can't seem to run his way out of a jam. So at least we got the Boston Celtics. Let's hear for the Celtics. Yes. Thank you very much. And finally, I want to announce a sad note. The passing of my blue Hyundai. Yeah, it's gone. Yeah, it's very sad. A few weeks during that big windstorm we had, about 1 o'clock in the morning, I get this doorbell ringing, and I come to the door. It's the cops. I'm going, officer, can I help you? He goes, well, I just had to tell you, a tree fell down. There's live wires everywhere. You better stay indoors. I said, I was sleeping. I wasn't about to go outside. What's the problem? Well, it seems like a tree fell in somebody's car. Good night. Found out later, it was my car. Yeah, I know, it's a sad thing. But you know what? It worked out pretty good because, well, I have a great insurance. So I got to rent a car for 3 weeks. It was really great because I don't always know everything about a car. I'm not really good at that. So a lot of times I'll drive 10 miles with the emergency brake on. Yeah, I know. It doesn't say a lot about me. But of course, it doesn't say a lot about the emergency brake either. 10 miles? Thank you very much. All right, that's it. Let's hear it for our Q gal. Fantastic. You know, I also want to thank James Mudge. We, last month, we went out to Schenectady, New York to pick up an award. That video we made last year called Star Wars, May the Media Be With You, it won first place at the Northeast Regional Media Festival. Let's hear it for the editing was done by James Mudge. He did a great job. And we're gonna, and they showed a clip of it at the event, and it got a great round of applause from the audience, which was great. So we're very happy about that, and we'll show it to you later after the next break. Let's see. Let's talk about today's show. And you know, I told you last month we had a great show. Well, this show's even greater. It's unbelievable. It's how this happens. So tonight's show. You're just not going to believe this. This is what a group. Ose Schwab from the gallery is here tonight. Let's hear for Osha. Now, Ose, for those who don't know it, she was kind of like the founding mother of this fantastic gallery on 480 Main Street. It was this empty space, and she kind of made this space come alive because she didn't do it alone. She had a group of people that she'll tell you about. We'll find out about. But I want to give her credit because it's 1 year anniversary was celebrated last night. So let's hear for the gallery. And, you know, you've probably seen him around town because lately he seems to be all over the place. He's an author. He's just a swell guy. You see him everywhere. Frank Russell's in the house today. Talk about his new book, The Early Days of Malden. And we'll find out what those are like. Oh, you're in for a treat. This band is fantastic. I saw them play a few days ago, and they are fantastic. Let's hear it for the Cast Irons. And so it's a great show. We've got a lot going on, and I hope you stay with us because we have a lot of fun. We're live, whether we're ready or not. So I think we're ready, right? We got a new director. Just sat in because our other director couldn't show up. Paula was busy doing something else. Our backup director couldn't make it. So we threw in, for the first time, directing live on tape. Let's hear it for Guillermo Hamlin. And like I say, we're ready or not, we'll see what happens. So stay with us. We got more show for you, and we'll be right back after this short message. Thanks a lot. Let's hear it. Yes. Yeah. Look at this.
Well, look at this.
So what would they say to the gallery right now?
I would like to say thumbs up. What a great place. And we have friends from Canada for this grand opening. From Ottawa.
All right. Fantastic. Well, welcome.
Good to be here.
Thank you.
Are you warming up?
Cheers.
There you go.
Congratulations to the gallery. We're all there with you. We're with you. We are you.
What do you think? What do you think of the art?
I love the pocket. This is so original. Such unique, beautiful things.
Is this your first time here? Have you been here before?
Oh, I've been here many times. Yeah.
Anything to say to the gallery?
It's just been such an awesome experience for me these 2 years. Great.
I can't wait.
Happy anniversary. Thank you.
Hey, Ron.
Hey, Adam, how you doing?
Not bad. How you doing?
Good. Say happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary, gallery. Good addition to the city of Malden.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary. How wonderful 1 year. Congratulations, gallery.
That's good.
Thank you.
How you doing? Happy 1 year anniversary to the gallery. So.
Happy anniversary.
Does it make noise? Are you recording video and sound?
Video, yeah.
It's such a delight to see all of you. Thank you so much for coming and celebrating with us. This is indeed a community affair, and a lot of people have played a significant role in some way or another. And it's just, words can't explain how I feel at the moment. Anyway, this is the gallery, and we have been here exactly 1 year. 2017, November 16th, we had a similar opening. but it was a little bit more frenzied, I will say. We were just, opening packages about an hour before people were walking in the door, and you'll see some pictures from that occasion. That was also a happy occasion. But tonight we're here to celebrate a huge milestone on the part of so many people who have, like I said, played a role. I want to thank Mayor Gary Christensen for being here. He's been such a big I think I saw everybody else. You're all so important. This is my partner in crime, Nacio. So I'm going to let him tell you about our podcast that's coming up soon.
Hello, everyone. Thank you guys for coming. Ose and I actually got connected through MATV, thanks to Ann and Ron, and we really related to the fact that I was working on a project called I Am Because We Are it's a creative collective with a bunch of my friends, and it kind of symbolizes the Ubuntu, thing. So I Am Because We Are, and she really, really felt inspired by that, and she actually cried, and that really, I feel like that really connected us, and we've kept in touch over the years, and we decided to come together. We're two different people from two different backgrounds, two different lifestyles, and
I'm a little younger than he is, though.
and we realized that, we have so much in common, and nobody would ever think about somebody that looks like me and someone that looks like her would have so much in common, and we think this podcast, Culture Matters in Malden, is really going to bring us all together, regardless of age, regardless of what you do for work, regardless of where you come from. And that's the message. Malden is a very diverse place. We're very accepting, very open, and I think this is going to be a platform for all of you guys as well. So we're excited for it. Thank you.
So I want to say, Mayor Christensen, you're welcome to come on up.
Good evening, everyone. Again, I'm Mayor Gary Christensen, and I'm just so proud and honored to be here. My family told me growing up, the point of all this is to grow, learn from one another, and become productive and make the world a better place. The gallery has done that for me. From musical performances, to book readings, to Art Matters, to Local is Global, t-shirt design contest. I have just experienced so much that when I was going through my calendar today, the gallery was in there just about every month for the past year. So they have had a real impact on me and our community. And I know you said thank you to us in the council, but it's the other way around. We want to thank you, Lisa, and everyone else for making this a reality. And now we'd like to commemorate today with the citation. So if I can call you and Lisa up. Let me have the councils come up. Debbie, Steve, Ryan.
We dressed up.
Who else is here? Where's Steve Winston? So this is a citation on behalf of our community commemorating this special day. And it reads as follows. It says, on this day, the City of Malden congratulates the gallery on a successful year of promoting an appreciation of the arts in our community. The gallery has magically transformed a vacant space into a thriving cultural hub of creativity. It has accomplished this by not only showcasing local artists and performers, but by also providing a venue that is welcoming, inclusive, and inspiring for everyone that enters. It is a place that truly fosters a sense of community pride and has significantly enhanced the vibrancy of our downtown. Again, we congratulate the gallery on this milestone and look forward to many more creative years ahead. Very truly yours, Gary Christensen. Let's take a picture.
Was a great cake. I'll tell you, that was a great cake. Congratulations, Osa. And speaking of Osa, she just happens to be here, right here in the studio. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ose Schwab. Osa, how you doing?
Great to see you.
Good to see you. Thanks for coming tonight. I know you've been very busy. Great week. What an event that was. Friday.
Was unbelievable. Such a thrill to see everybody there and hear from these different people. And just in those speakers, you could see the array of diversity just in those voices.
And there's so many the variety of art in the space. It's another great plus for the building. And so let's talk about how it all kind of came together. There was this vacant space. Where did it go from there? How did this happen?
It was an email one artist sent to a bunch of people, and she said, what if we could have a gallery here? And with a number of phone calls, in 2 weeks, in 2016, we mobilized a team, including MATV and including the Malden Arts folks, and we threw up makeshift lighting.
Hey, Ron, give Ose the handheld mic. We can't hear her.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, it's a live show, ladies and gentlemen. This is what happens when you have a live show.
Take two.
Take two. All right, Ose.
Yes.
So nice of you to come by. Now tell us, how did this space come together?
The space came together in 2016. An email sent out by one of the artists said, what if we could fill this empty commercial space, which hasn't been leased, make it a gallery. So with a number of phone calls and a group of people, including Malden Arts, MATV, several artists, we mobilized a team, and in 2 weeks we had a pop-up art gallery gift shop. And then 2017 we came back, this time for 5 weeks, and the property owners DSF LLC, Advisors LLC, allowed us to stay the whole year.
And those are the people that own the building itself.
That's right.
Yep.
They own the luxury apartment buildings, Lapel Space, and Honey Honey. Wow. And so they saw that there was a benefit to having us there and allowed us, that 1 year free rent.
That's incredible. Well, let's hear it for them. What a great job.
Yes.
Because it's a vacant space, and I think it was vacant for, at least 4 years before this happened. So.
Yes, it was, just empty. And then after we left, the 11 days we were there in 2016, it was brown papered up. So you walk by Lapels, which is a very nice dry cleaner, and then over to Honey Honey, and you walk by this brown paper. So not very attractive.
And then, of course, you had that great Christmas season before that, and everybody's saying, oh, what happened to it? And
that's right, exactly. And I think people are starting to think, okay, this needs to be a permanent space.
Yes.
And it's generated so much excitement. The electricity of that evening on Friday, this past 2016, November 16th, it was unbelievable. Like there's just a community that is growing and growing and growing.
And that's it. These are Malden artists primarily, but there's some from the region too. It isn't just Malden. It's
right.
The artists within the surrounding communities which have access to this venue, and let's talk about how it's run. I mean, you kind of have the artists doing volunteering work, and talk about that.
So the space itself is a gift shop. It's an exhibition space and a performance space and a classes space. So the gift shop is run by a team of artist leaders, volunteers. And they've created a volunteer training mechanism. There's an inventory management system. And so that's run by the volunteers, including my husband, Marcel. And then
forget the other half.
and then the event space is run by me. So I find the acts, performers, musicians, groups, book authors, that kind of thing, and then the exhibition space, which we had 8 exhibitions over the year, that was run by initially Lisa Sears. She was the lead, and she would pull together a team that would help curate the space with a theme of various
because they have
shows.
themes, which is great.
Right, and so it all sort of works together. I will say it's like many grassroots initiatives, a little bit frenetic and not exactly totally organized all the time, but we have learned so much in a year, and I think we can see forward to what might make something very efficient in the future.
Well, it's brought a vibrancy downtown area, and the other thing I love, and this is again the collaborative efforts of so many different community groups, but with MATV got involved, we also came up with the podcast idea. And you said, come on down, let's do it down there. And I love that it happens right in the window. people actually go by and they see what's going on. And for those who don't know what a podcast is, that's essentially a show. It's like a radio show. Essentially, it's all audio, and it's a great way to start producing a show when you instead of doing a big set like this. It's a great way to get your show off the ground.
I love that element of media in the midst of art in a space. And what inspired that, we talked about this, was the Boston Public Library, which has the GBH studio right in its midst. And so I love that openness of having a studio right in the middle. And I think podcasts are a great way to engage younger audiences. It's a very doable mode of sharing an idea or interviewing people.
It really is. In fact, Talonzo was at Nesta, I'm not sure, one of those guys was doing a podcast, and some students went by that had played basketball and recognized him, and they actually went in and became part of the show, which is pretty cool.
Yes, it's true.
I like that.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, I think one thing that I've learned about having a space like this is it attracts people from all walks, and you meet people that you might not ordinarily meet, and every type of person has come in there, from young 3-year-old preschool children to older senior citizens from every country and from every demographic, and it's just incredible.
It brings the community together, and the variety of people that go in there, the variety of art that's being shown, it's really represents what this community is all about, I think, and you do a great job. So what's the future? It's kind of, we don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's what everybody asks, and I believe there is a future. So what I can tell you that I know that DSF Advisors LLC are looking into what they can offer us, how low they can go, and that we will hear sometime mid-December. We are planning to close down completely on the 24th of December, but then to pick up some strategic planning and to really make a plan with the key players as to what the future holds. So I know there is a future.
Great.
I don't know exactly what
Yep.
it entails, but we need to do some strategic planning before we plunge in.
Exactly. Well, in the meantime, I can't tell you what a great place it is to do your holiday shopping. You've got a month and a half now to go before Christmas. Well, maybe it's a month now. It's so fast it's coming. But it's a great place to get. I got last year, I got 3 beautiful scarves. I got 2 rings. So it is a great place to really get top quality presents for your loved ones, and the prices are really very well to get your shopping done.
Yeah, there's a range of very affordable to, more expensive paintings or sculpture. And we also do have a couple of events coming. We do have a concert on the 15th, a Holiday Favorites with Jean Daunton and Rebecca Harold. And I'll sneak in a little bit of fiddling with that. And we are having some elf workshops. So if you're interested in making your own gift, you can come down and have an expert crafter help you make that gift.
Great.
So check the website, thegalleryinc.com.
Well, the holiday season's here. I'd go down there. And again, as a member of the Chamber, I can't help but say this enough. Shop local. Shop Malden. So thank you so much, Ose. It's great to see you on the show. And fantastic job you're doing in the community. And the gallery must continue.
Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Ose Schwab. Fantastic. All right, I think we're ready for the band. Let's hear the first song, because they are terrific. And like I mentioned, I saw them play, and they are wonderful. So we're going to let them set up over there. And you guys all ready? All ready? You ready? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here they are. For the first time in Malden and MATV at Live on Tape. The Cast Irons, ladies and gentlemen.
Baby, something's wrong here. I hear it in our voices. Smearing the coffee, yeah. Baby, something's wrong. Baby, something's wrong in silence is the dreamer. We give to one another. Yeah, there's something's wrong. Step on your toes, right on my cage. When I pull you in so tight, you give me a fever. Makes me wanna never say no. No, no, no. No. Baby, something's wrong. Silence is the dreamer. We keep to one another. Yeah, there's something's wrong. You step on your toes. You're right in my cage. When I pull you in so tight, you give me fever. Makes me wanna never say no. No, 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 no. Change how for me it was too much to bear. Please, my heart hesitated. He was breaking into. He was breaking into. Baby, it's alright now. We're healing every day. I'm smiling when I think of your face. Yeah, there's nothing wrong anymore. Step on your toes, right on my cage. When I pull you in so tight, you give me fever. Makes me wanna never say no. No, no, no.
Yeah, let's hear it. They're cast irons. Unbelievable. You guys are great. We're going to hear more from them later. It's just the beginning. Thank you so much, guys. Fantastic sound. That's fantastic. Well, listen, again, I told you about the award that we won. I actually have the award right here. I'm going to put it up to the magic camera on the wall. There it is. First place for Star Wars. May the media be with you. And the category was obviously about community media, and when we entered it, I just said, how could this not win? And sure enough, we got the announcement, and we went out to Schenectady, New York to pick it up. This is all of New England. And by the way, the award has a name now. They had a contest to name it. It's called the Nor'easter, which I think is a great name for the award. So this is the first Nor'easter ever given. So we're very excited about it. We got first place. All right, on to our next guest. He's an author. He writes books. It's unbelievable. This guy is kind of like Mr. Malden. He knows all about this history and works with the library a lot. And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, first time I think on our show, yep. Ladies and gentlemen, Frank Russell. Frank, how you doing?
Good, Ronnie.
Good to see you. Thank you. So here's the book. It's right here. It's called The Early History of Malden. And we really do have an early history. It goes way back to a bunch of guys coming up the river, and just it all goes from there, right?
Now we get the late one.
I know.
The early one, we're going to get the late one.
So let's talk about it. What made you get into this?
You know, I always liked history when I was a kid in high school and stuff, and I grew up in Malden, and I studied history in college as a major. And after I went to law school, I decided I want to keep my hand in it, so I got involved with the Historical Society.
Where's your hand?
Yeah, where's my hand? So I wanted. I just kept it up as a hobby and did a lot of research and writing and trying to find out more about this place.
And that's the key, the research.
Yeah.
My goodness. So where do you go for the research? Tell me you don't go Google it.
Nah, I don't. You'd be surprised what you can find on Google Books. Yeah. So I got a lot of this stuff on Google.
But the pictures, how do you do that? How do you get the pictures? I mean, this is
a lot of the pictures came from the Historical Society and the Public Library. The painting.
Is that painting? Is that in the?
No, that came from the Museum of Fine Arts. We had to get a special license.
I thought it might be in our gallery.
On the cover, yeah. That's a painting of Edgeworth in the 1860s.
Oh, really?
Imagine not, yeah.
You can see that.
Believe it or not. Before St. Rocco's. And
so that's Edgeworth.
Yeah.
All right.
So we got
the West Side.
We got some stuff from the Massachusetts Historical Society, American Antiquarian Society out in Worcester. So I went outside of Malden to find some images.
They give you the rights to it.
Yeah, we had to get the rights for it and a license and stuff. And the publisher worked with us on that, which was nice. You know, I wanted people to see pictures that they haven't seen before. And that's one of the things a couple of people have said is you've got pictures in here that I haven't seen anywhere.
And that's fantastic. Well, that's kind of like you see pictures that no one's seen. That's part of the history of it.
It's fun. Makes it fun.
You know, it's kind of funny. You know, I've been here, born and raised here in Malden, went to Malden High, and I've seen some changes. And Malden Square goes. Everybody says it's changed. I said, well, it's really changed since 1623.
Yeah, you think?
Okay. So that's what it's about. Life is full of change. So what do you think when people think of Malden? What is the biggest history fact that people don't know about?
The biggest history fact people don't know about? I don't know. I think the biggest history thing is the murder of Frank Converse in the bank. That was how we got the library. You know?
That's right.
That's sort of the biggest.
Well, tell that story. I know Dina.
Oh, you want to tell the story?
Yeah, a slow version, a smaller version. I mean, not slow.
Frank Converse was the son of Elisha Converse, who was the benefactor of the library and Pine Banks and all those things. His son was working in the bank in 1863, First National Bank on Pleasant Street, and someone came in and shot him and stole the $5,000, but no one saw who did it. So there's a lot of suspicion and intrigue over who did it, and ultimately they found out it was the postmaster, a guy named Edward Green, who needed the money because he was living beyond his means.
I heard that the reason they kind of discovered who he was, detectives noticed that everybody in the town came up for the funeral.
Right, but him.
But him.
He wouldn't talk about it. He didn't go to the meetings.
So I think he gave himself away.
So you asked about the interesting history fact that people don't know about. He was married. He had a wife, Clara. And obviously he was hung, ultimately, Edward Green. And 2-3 years later, Clara Green fell in love again with a young attorney in Boston, and she was engaged to be married. And tragedy befell her again. Her husband-to-be was killed in a train wreck.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
So she lost out. I don't know. That's the last I heard of her.
Well, I do know that Elijah Converse was so thrilled, that's not the word, touched by the community coming up for the funeral that he ended up building the library. Which is an incredible thing when you think about it. It's a gem of this community because the architecture is done by a well-known architect, Richardson, and it still exists to this day. and it's being renovated a lot.
That's right. And that's where a lot of this research came from. I couldn't have done the book without the help of Dora St. Martin and the staff at the library.
The library now.
Yeah. It's a great place to do some work.
Yeah,
and they're really, really helpful.
Yeah.
They're super helpful.
Yeah. So how can people get this book?
Well, the book is available at the Malden Public Library. It's also available at BJ's over in Medford, Barnes & Noble, or at Amazon.com.
That's great.
And all the proceeds go to the Historical Society. I haven't made a cent off this.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's it, Frank. That's great. Because you run the Historical Society, aren't you?
Yeah. But I donated everything in the copyright to the Historical Society.
So they really lost your number. I called Barbara Tolstoy.
I know you did. You made a few calls today. You thought I was going to dodge you.
I know it. So he's got to show up.
But it makes a great Christmas gift or holiday gift for someone.
Yep.
And it's a quick read. You can read it in 2 hours.
Right.
And the old history books I'm on, they're real fat. They're like 800 pages.
This is
and
just
I thought it was too intimidating. Yeah, it's
and I love the photos. Great job, Frank.
So we're going to work on
volume 2. So what's the next? And it's going to be part 2?
There's going to be volume 2. But right now, I've been talking to some folks in Everett. They want me to do a book about Everett.
What about Medford?
For their 100. We don't like Medford.
Yeah. Go Malden, beat Medford. Game's coming up. It's
That's
just a week, less than a week, right?
Yep.
Well, great. Can't wait for the next issue. It's coming up. And thanks for
wait.
all the work you're doing for the Historical Society
thanks, Ron.
and promoting the library because, like I say, it's the gem of this community, and we love that building. And you've got the gallery there. It's called the what's the name?
Ryder Gallery.
Ryder Gallery. And people don't realize there's like millions of dollars worth of art in there.
There is now after last week.
Exactly. Is that officially? Can we announce that? Is it?
Yeah. They had an opening tonight.
Okay, that's right. Frank Stella, who's a Malden resident, a very well-known, world-renowned artist, modern artist. Started out as a young guy over at Andover. He went to Andover High School.
Phillips.
Phillips, Andover, and went down to New York and started doing minimalist paintings. And he's very well known today because his art is bringing millions of dollars, and it's worth that. So I guess what happened was someone bought one of his pieces, donated it to the library. Frank was so touched by that, he went out and donated 2 more. So now we have 3 Frank Stellas at the library. Yeah. So I can't encourage you enough to go down there and see them. It's officially, when's it
tonight at 6 o'clock they were having a tour.
Yeah.
And,
of course I wanted to go, but I had
a private ceremony last
this silly show I had to do.
Yeah, that's right.
Silly show.
You get there.
I know. Well, I think it's great that what the library's doing, and Frank's father, who was a doctor, delivered me.
Really?
Yeah. I was delivered by Frank.
He's responsible.
Yeah, he's responsible for this whole thing. Yeah. But I went to art school because of Frank. I was a very big admirer of his work. Oh, yeah. I went to art school because I'd said, well, if there's one artist from Malden, we can have 2. So you can see my art later this afternoon. Anyway, so again, thanks so much, Frank, for all the work you're doing. Ladies and gentlemen, Frank Russell. Fantastic. All right, we've got the band over there. They're starting to plug in again. That means they're about to get into their next second song. So if you guys are ready, I'll wait for the cue. They're all set. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here they are again for the second song, the Cast Irons.
We are the Cast Irons, and this song is called I'm Gone.
Someone you know, I'm not cold when I'm gone. Top class cruise on the gravel road, hands in the dirt, nowhere to go. But make no mistake, you can never leave this liquid gold. Streets over, you need to find someone you know when I'm gone. dark clouds overhead. No, it's not forgiving. The smiles of rose. No trip tonight. No easy rose. Nine aside. When you see me, darkness takes over. And you miss to find someone you know. When I'm gone. When I'm gone. When I'm gone.
Thank you.
Ah. All right. Guys, come on over. Let's talk. You guys are a little stiff there at the end. There you go. Just going to put that right there.
All right.
And get your mics on. All right. Well, thanks for coming by. I love the sound. It's fantastic. And obviously, first thing I always like to find out from. Well, first, let's introduce yourselves.
Yes.
You're the lead singer.
Yeah, Eric Downing, vocals, guitars.
Brian Fernald, guitars.
All right. Awesome guitars.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you
And
so
the
much.
sound is wonderful.
Appreciate it.
So, who are your influences? That's what I always like to know.
So many to list, actually.
It's a classic rock stuff.
Yeah.
There's some 80s new wave stuff in
Yeah.
there that's influential.
I think all four of us bring our own, inspirations that we've grown up with, and one of the first song is very Hall & Oates, actually.
Yeah.
Someone told us that, and we were like, yeah, I think just kind of came out from out of the ether. We just
now I know the drummer had to leave. I guess he had some kind of event he had to go to.
Yes.
But that drumming is very interesting. It's standing up drum.
It's a cocktail set.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's called a cocktail set. I guess he had that made specifically from a guy who does those by hand in California, actually.
When do we see the cocktails?
Yeah, I know. They should come with cocktails, right?
So he had it specifically made in California?
Yes, yeah, hand-ordered or hand-picked, and, however his setup is. And Corey could tell you more about it, but yeah, it's brilliant. So I've never seen something like that in my life.
I saw this Brazilian guy doing it one time, but he had all these maracas all over the place and stuff. It reminded me of that when I saw it.
Yep.
But again, that sound, the beat, just got it down. And
yeah, he uses that set for our acoustic sets because we do electric, and he's got a full set. But when we want to kind of...
I can believe it. I can't find the CD.
Oh, yeah.
I had the CD. Well, let's talk about your CD. I'm holding it up right now. Maybe we'll put it in post. It's right here, folks. Talk about this CD. What's the name of it?
Sure. Our first CD EP was called The Broken Hearts Club. About 9 songs that we have on that EP. We probably have... It was probably a few months ago that we actually released it. It's on Bandcamp right now. You can get it on our Facebook site, which leads you to Bandcamp, and you can purchase it on the Bandcamp site. So actually, we're going to be recording very soon in January or February for another 12 or 15 songs.
And where do you do your recording?
Mark Daly's studio. He's out of
Avon, Mass.
Avon,
That's
okay.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Right near
Great.
the Jordans
right.
area. So, yeah, Mark Daly's brilliant. He's such a great engineer and producer. He gets the best out of us, and we thank him for his work.
I played the CD, and it is fantastic. Great sound. And so, how did you guys form? That's another thing you always like to know.
Well, these guys, is it Bob and Eric got together, what was it, about 5 years ago or so?
Yeah.
You guys are still together?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
They had another drummer, Neil Bowman. As a matter of fact, Neil and myself played in a band, as well as Eric. We all played in the same band together many years ago.
Yep.
So it was just kind of like getting the pieces of the puzzle together. They gave me a call, and that's basically the foundation that we started with. Corey is the newest member of the band, and he's the perfect fit for us.
And what's the bass player's name?
Bob French.
Bob French.
Bob French.
Yep.
So this is what we've been doing. We've been toiling, writing songs and just recording and trying to get out to play them
Yeah.
to people as much as we can.
Now, I was talking with you at that gig we were at a few days ago, and today's music scene is tough.
It is.
And we're losing venues left and right, and you know, I feel so bad for the young kids starting out today. You guys like kind of weathered. You've been around. But I used to do lights for a band, and I know what that life is like. But it's so tough to make a living.
Sure is.
Absolutely. We all have day jobs.
Yeah.
We have to.
Yeah.
But this is a dream of ours, and it just worked out well that I have 3 other guys. We have 4 guys that we organically just work well together. We listen together. We respect each other.
It shows.
There's
in
no
your
drama.
performance.
Yeah, we're very tight.
Very easy. It was a very easy night that night.
Good.
And let's kind of talk about the idea of, you're in this band. Who does the writing? Do you do it as a group? Does one person take the lead?
It's kind of all of the above. Brian comes in with stuff. I come in with stuff. Bob does as well. Like I said, it organically sort of comes together when we practice. Brian will come in with a song or an idea. I'll play it at home. I'll record it and send it out to the guys to kind of give them a little heads up to where it's going, and vice versa. And it kind of forms when we practice. And we've been writing like crazy the past few months.
Well, that's great, because that's, the inspiration I also ask is, do you get the music first, the lyrics first, or is it both?
It depends, really.
Yeah.
If something comes lyrically first, whether it's a phrase, could start the wheels rolling that way, or it could be the musical side of things. The whole basis of it is like really not being constrained to any particular thing, style, or
And that's it.
genre.
I think it's also what I liked about your sound. It's got a mix of stuff. In the old days, and when I was around doing music, we listened to different kinds of music.
Sure.
Today, it seems like kids just listen to one kind of music, and that's unfortunate, I think. They're missing out.
Absolutely. They stereotype, or they kind of focus in on one genre, and I think that's. I've got a 10-year-old daughter, and before, I had her a few days ago, and we were listening to Queen, of course.
Yeah.
And then we were
that movie
listening
coming
to,
out. I think it's out already.
Yeah. So we were listening to Queen, and then we were listening to Yo-Yo Ma.
Oh,
so I'm really trying to.
That is great.
Give
See,
her
I did the same thing with my daughter.
Yeah,
It's like you got it, and now she's very appreciative of all kinds of music.
Sure. Yep. Absolutely.
I think that's a great thing.
Yep.
So, any gigs coming up? Let's talk about some gigs.
So, we do have a gig at the historic Ralph's Diner in Worcester, Mass. On December 7th. It's a Friday night. We're playing with 3 other bands. I think we're going on at 10, but please come out early. We are very supportive for local music. It's very important to come see and just take a chance, because there's some really good acts out there, really good talent. So come on out December 7th. After that, we're kind of taking a little break for shows, because we're going to be recording. So we want to focus on
great
that.
then. It's great, perfect time for recording, because you don't have to travel in the winter.
Right.
Traveling in the snow is a drag.
Absolutely.
Man.
Yeah.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
Do you have a van you go in?
No, not this time
Not
around.
this time?
Creepy white van.
Yeah.
And it's unpredictable in New England. We
Yeah,
never
exactly.
know whether the weather is going to be a nor'easter blowing through, or if it's going to be 60.
Hey, I got a nor'easter right here.
Hey.
Blowing through right now.
Well, that's great. Well, I love the sound. In fact,
Thank
love
you.
it so much. I think we have time for one more song.
Awesome.
All right.
First off, I want to thank Ron, and I want to thank Mike Stewart, who's in the audience as well. For,
Yeah,
joining us
Mike's the
together.
guy that turned me on to you guys.
So,
thank you, Mike.
And everybody at Malden TV, thank you so much. It was a pleasure. Yeah,
All right.
so we're gonna do one more
look,
song?
the drummer's back. Well, this is great. So
Hey.
why don't you take your mics off,
All right.
and what's the song we're going to hear? That's the last song.
Last song is called Breathe, actually.
Breathe.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's a good time to do that.
Yes.
All right. They're going to go over to the set over there and hook up their guitars. And I'm so glad we got time for one more song. And they pick up their guitars. And all right, ladies and gentlemen, here they are for their final song. And we do appreciate them coming by. The Cast Irons!
Brian Fernald on guitar. We have Bob French on bass guitar. We have Corey Prince on drums, and my name's Eric Downing. I'd like to say we're on Instagram. We're on Facebook as well. We do have a website, thecastirons.com. You can find us all there. Links to some music on Bandcamp, and this song is called Breathe.
Yours, take some of mine. Open the window and let the sun in. Open your eyes, look to the sky. Don't ask me why, just let the sun in. Learn to forgive yourself. You believe in something. Feel the sun on your skin. Got to breathe in.
Oh, wow. Fantastic. They're an incredible band. The Cast Irons, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, guys. That was wonderful. That's what I love about this show, man. We have all kinds of bands on, and the variety of music is terrific, and you guys are wonderful. So thank you so much for coming by. Listen, a couple more things before we end up. I want to talk about it's that holiday season time again, and we talked about shopping locally here in Malden. That's always a good thing. But also I want to talk about holiday greetings time down here at MATV, Malden's Media Center. Every year we invite the people of the community to come on down and record your own holiday greeting. And it's absolutely free. Can you believe that? Come on down here and you record your greeting. We'll edit them all together and show them during holiday Christmas week. And so if you're looking to do that, it starts right after Thanksgiving. So I would encourage you to give us a call at 781-321-6400 and find out what the dates are and find a date and time that's convenient for you. It's also going to be on our website to see the dates that are available and the times. And also say that you want to have us come to you. Well, there's a little cost involved in that. It's very minor. Unfortunately, I forget exactly what it is, but it's a minor cost. And we'll actually show up at your place to do your holiday greeting. Last year, I think we actually showed up at the library and got all the librarians saying a holiday greeting. So come on and do it. It's a free service. If you do it here, it's a minor charge to do it on location. And also, for the first time, we're actually going to be walking around Malden Square with the camera. So you might be just walking along, and we might just get the camera right in your face, and you can do a holiday greeting right there in the square. So that's something new we're going to try this year. So hopefully, walk around Malden Square, look for a guy with a gal with a camera, and you can just do your holiday greeting right there on the street. Or maybe on the sidewalk. You don't want to get hit. Don't want to do it in the street. So again, another show has come to a close. Not quite closed yet. We got about 3 minutes, but I want to thank my guests. Let's start off with Ose Schwab from the gallery. Fantastic. Ose does a great job, and you've got to get down there. 480 Main Street, and it's open right through Christmas Eve, or it ends at Christmas Eve. So if you haven't done your shopping by Christmas Eve, it's too late anyway, right? So come on down to the gallery and get some incredible art, jewelry, fabrics. It's just, you'll find what you're looking for down there, I'll tell you that. And also I want to thank Frank Russell, author extraordinaire, coming down to our show, talking about the history of Malden. And it is quite a great book. I actually read a piece of it. But I love our starts. I mean, the Malden River is a big part of our development, and one of the things is you want to see where it goes and where it ended. It just happened to end in Malden Square before the square was here, and that's pretty amazing to me. So it's a really great read to see the early history of Malden. And finally, I want to thank this great band. Let's hear it for the Cast Irons. Great sound, great people, and we just love them coming in and playing. And I'll tell you, they're going to be by here again. I hope so. We might get them for our annual open house, which happens in May. So hopefully we'll get you to perform for that incredible 9-hour show that we do. Yeah, it's a lot of work. But anyway, I want to thank you for tuning in. Remember, we're live on the third Monday of every month, whether ready or not. And sometimes the mics get changed, but it's live TV, folks. We don't mind. I mean, that's the beauty of it. You know we're live when that happens, right? So it's no big deal. We appreciate you coming by, but it does take a lot to do this show. And speaking of doing the show, let's hear for Guillermo Hamlin directing his first time live on tape. Did a great job. He even left the control room and came in here when you weren't looking, just to give us a chance to calm down, right? That was great. So thanks for tuning in, and we're going to go out with this incredible prize that we got. There might be a nor'easter coming, but we're luckily you're not worried about this nor'easter. Thank you. See you next time on Live on Tape.